For almost 20 years, I've been able to see coaching make a difference in my clients' lives. The difference between mediocrity and dazzling success. Who wouldn't love that? I became a coach because I realized for a mindset shift to happen, something extraordinary has to occur. And that's usually what's going on in a coaching relationship, a mindset shift. It creates motivation, it facilitates self-growth, and it helps us reach our full potential. I became a coach in a kind of an unusual way. I was losing weight and gaining weight over and over for about 20 years. I really wanted to achieve this for myself. And I got deep into medical research, and I realized that diets almost never work. They fail 99.5% of the time. And I realized I don't need to find another diet. I don't need to find another book. I need to change me, my behavior. And that was really a huge awakening for me. I got very successful. I lost over 100 pounds, and I have never regained that weight. People were asking me for help. And I became a certified personal trainer. I became a certified nutrition consultant. And still, when I was working with my clients, I realized I needed to get into the head. We need to get into the mind to make those changes that we want to make. And that's when I found coaching. Quite fortuitously, I ran into coaching, understood what it was. I knew it was the answer for my clients. Now, for almost 20 years, I've been seeing this make such a difference for my clients. It's the difference between mediocrity and success. It's the difference between really knowing yourself and being able to motivate yourself on a daily basis and wandering and wavering along a path that you don't even know might be right for you. What I love about coaching is that it does get into your values and it gets into your own personal needs. And let's face it, 80% of what we might be doing in life, that could be career, family, relationships, partnerships, living in a certain place, 80% of what we do probably doesn't help us. It doesn't make us happy. It doesn't give us what we really want. And yet everyone else seems to be happy pursuing those avenues, so we tend to wander down the same paths. Coaching, as I said earlier, is really precise, and it's geared toward you, your fulfillment, and your happiness. I find that my clients do more with less. Most of the time they do things that they've always wanted to do. And the really juicy part is that a lot of times they do things they never dreamed they would do. It wasn't even on their radar. But by coming in touch with themselves more, by learning and growing, they discover a path that leads them to a lot of fulfillment they never ever would have expected. Change is the most exciting thing that we can do for ourselves. And we're the only living beings that can decide to change at will. And we can change those things that aren't working for us. That's the important part. We want to, all of us, live well-lived lives, full of meaning, full of enormous feeling. And I think that coaching can free us up to go in that direction. As one of the charter members of ICF Wisconsin, I worked in the early days to establish coaching in Wisconsin. In those days, no one knew what it was. In fact, if you said you were a coach, they would calmly ask you, what sport? But today, everyone knows what a coach is. And ICF Wisconsin has endured all these years, offering continuing education and encouraging its members to professionalize themselves in many ways. I am a master credentialed coach, and at that level, you have coached many, many hours of people in many, many directions of life. And so the experience that I have received is helpful not just to myself, but to my fellow chapter members as they're learning their way through their coaching schools and as they're becoming credentialed members themselves. And that's why I mentor coaches on a regular basis, because I know that my experience can help them establish creative businesses that are successful and coach more people.